Okay, let's start. This is amorelearning.org, and our course is online call center training. So we will be discussing module 1 on this session. But before that, let me introduce you to the website. So whenever you want to go to the courses, you need to go to amorelearning.org. Presently, we have one course. It's online call center training. So you click on courses. We have one course here for now. It's free call center training. Click here and you will go to the modules of the website. Okay, it goes to Teachable. We're actually using Teachable for this. This course is called How to Easily Get a Job in a Call Center. So this has been on the internet for free for I guess more than 5 years, probably going on 6 or 7 years. If you have not yet enrolled to this course, you just click on enroll. Okay, just click on this. But since I am the admin for this, I just go on the admin page and show you the modules. Okay, just bear with me. Soon we will have other courses here on amorelearning.org, but initially we have free online call center training. So we currently have 611 enrollees. I'm going to the curriculum site. Okay, I'm going to preview this. If you have not signed up yet, I suggest you sign up. Go to amorelearning.org and sign up. Go to courses here and then click on register. You'll be directed to Teachable, and here you will see the courses. Okay, um, how to go through the course. Click on that. I'm going to play the audio. Okay, usually on the course you will have an audio set of lessons, and then you will also have the text, which is this one here. By the way, can you hear me okay? Okay, that's good. I'm just going to enlarge this. So how to go through the course, click on this one here.
We are setting you up for success so you can be hired at a call center. What we need from you is your commitment to do the exercises and assignments in this course. It's important that you follow all the recommendations and tips. Please do not proceed to the next lesson until you are finished with all the assignments in a particular module. You may now proceed to Module 1.
So that's very important. Please do not proceed to the next lesson until you are finished with the assignments in the particular module. So for demonstration purposes, we'll proceed to hold on. We'll proceed to module number 1. Let me just make this a bit smaller. So here is module number 1. Okay, there. Please click on the play button and try the following and try following what's being read below. Okay, so just like the other audio, you just click on this one here. Here. That's module number 1. An audio recording will be played and it will be reading this uh, module. Okay. So We'll discuss module number one. I'll discuss this with you. So it's important for you to read if you want to work for a call center. Why? I thought this is about learning English. I thought this is about talking to people. Yes, this we will eventually have English speaking lessons, but since we are restarting the modules, we're actually this online class has already been going on for as I've mentioned more than 5 years, and every time we restart the lessons, we start with module number one. So this is an opportunity for you to start in the beginning. Okay, so why is it important for you to read? It's the basic thing to do if you want to learn how to work for a call center. Okay, so that's the first lesson. It's module number one. You need to learn how to read in English. Of course, everybody knows how to do that, especially older people. Um, and of course, young people as well. We don't want to discriminate anyone. So, as a call center agent, you are expected to be good in English, especially conversational English. Um, but we are reiterating that you need to learn to read aside from the usual Tagalog that we are all used to, or whatever language you're used to. Might be a dialect in the Philippines, might be somewhere else in the world. You need to start picking up a book, okay, in order for you to express yourself, because that's a basic thing. Aside from speaking, aside from writing, you need to start in with reading. So you need to do the exercises here as well. Let's move on to the other parts of this lesson. Yes, you have to read a lot if you wish to work for a call center and if you want to be a good conversationalist. And again, of course, you need to read English reading materials, if especially if you really are not into reading. Because I know a lot of people who are not into reading, they are into listening to English songs, or listening to podcasts, or watching videos. There's no problem with that. That's really not an issue here. What we're trying to reiterate is that you need to start reading, because if you will be working for a call center, what happens is that you will be reading a lot of information on the company website. Because company websites, their instructions are in English. So what will happen if you're really not into reading? You'll get bored probably. You won't be able to comprehend, to understand the information written on the website of the company that you're serving. So, and also, if you will be applying for a call center job, you would need to read the instructions, right? So, we start with this. So much for that. So, start reading articles, read a lot of good articles from reference books, sorry about that, magazines, newsletters, newspapers, journals, or weblogs. Read articles that interest you, so that you won't get bored. You could find a lot of good articles to read in school. Well, right now, some of the schools are online. Well, all of them, not some, a lot of them are online. Some of them are using modules, but most people are now online. This is a big turnaround. 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, when we were starting this, there were few people who are using the internet, but the internet has, or the online classes has catch up with the free online call center training. Um, a, a lot of people, or more people, are now inclined to doing things online, just like what we're doing right now. So read newspapers and magazines. It's a good source of getting, well, English articles. Right now, you could just go online, probably just type something about call centers, and then you'll be able to read articles about them. This is, as you can see, this is a very old reference work from the book, Now Hiring Call Center Agents, but we're still using it. You could go on Time Magazine's old articles, Newsweek, Issue Week. You can see here Panorama. I'm not sure if this magazine is still around. It's an old Filipino supplement magazine of Manila Bulletin. I'm not sure if it's still around. Life Magazine is another magazine which is already offline. I'm not sure if their website is still available, but you could. There are a lot of other blogs out there that you could read. Read newspapers. A lot of newspapers now are online, so you could read them as well. Reading newspapers daily or every day will also help enhance your English. The idea is for you to practice reading, not silently but aloud. So this module is telling you to read aloud, just like what I'm doing right now. But I'm actually incorporating what I know and what I've learned through the years. So you could do it on your own. You could read on your own. My suggestion is that you set aside time each day. Say for example, 1:30 p.m. Set aside 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes for reading every day. But we already have exercises here. If you want, you could read those exercises, read along with the recording that we have. So the idea is for you to practice reading, not silently but aloud. Reading newspapers will not only help you practice your English, but you will also be well informed about current events. So I suggest you read about call centers. Okay? Read poetry. Why poetry? They say that poetry is the highest form of literary expression. And that is why it's only proper for you to also read poetry. Some people might not like the idea, but what the heck? Just try reading poetry. It might help you. Reading poetry will help you understand the beauty of the English language. In reading poetry, you can also learn the intonation. So that's why we're trying to let you read poetry and the stresses of the English language. Read poetry aloud, just like reading newspapers, okay? And put stress in intonations while you read it. Intonations are like the highs and lows of the words. Just like what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to put intonations in the way I read the module. Okay, you could do that as well. Read tongue twisters. In the old days, probably 2001, 2, 3, 4, uh, call centers would let you read tongue twisters. I'm not sure if there are still call centers who do that, but they in the old days they tried to find out if you could read tongue twisters. So reading tongue twisters is probably one of the best things to do to practice. Okay, to train yourself in order to get hired in a call center. A lot of call centers include tongue twisters, as I've mentioned in their assessments. I'm not sure right now. It's been a few years since I tried applying for a call center job because my job right now is different. But from time to time, I try applying for call center jobs just to find out what kind of assessments they have. I'll try to do that with you, or I'll try to do that for you so that I could report to you guys how their assessments are doing right now for the year 2021. I guess the last time I tried applying for a call center was 2 years ago. It was not to really apply for a job, but to at least find out what kind of assessments they have so that we could teach people and help people who are enrolled in this class. Okay? So, going back here to the tongue twisters, when you read tongue twisters, try to enunciate each word clearly. You don't have to read the tongue twisters fast. Your goal is to say each word perfectly. I don't have an example here of a tongue twister, but um, you could go online and type in tongue twisters, and then you could read the tongue twisters on your own time. Okay, include that in your reading time. Before I move on to the reading habit, as I've mentioned, try to try to pick up a time of the day where you could read. Again, my example is always 1:30 because that's the time I usually start the lessons for our free online call center training. By the way, lessons will try to do the lessons weekly or probably daily. Just look out for the announcements on our page. Okay? And I suggest you, let me go back to the website, okay? amorelearning.org. I suggest you go to join the community, okay? Just wait for the internet. My internet connection is not that great, so just be patient, okay? Here, click on the icon there, your picture. If you want to put it in your picture, you could do that. Click on profile, click on the settings here. You could put in your email and then put in your mobile number. Why put in your mobile number? When you put in your mobile number, and every time we have a free lesson, you'll be notified through text. Okay? And that's for free. You don't have to do anything. Just put in your mobile number there, whatever your mobile number is. By the way, that is the mobile number of the company. Um, and then you will be notified. Okay? Just go back. This is actually the Google Meet link of the company, of the training. All trainings go here. Okay? So announcements go here as well. amorelearning.org. If you want to go there, just click on join community. So here you get all the information, including the meetings, okay? And here, update your mobile number to receive notifications for webinars, new lessons, and other announcements. So click on that on your icon here, their picture. Click on the profile, upload your picture if you like, put in your mobile number. Why update? Update your mobile number to receive notifications for webinars, new lessons, and other important announcements that will help you with your training and job openings or online income opportunities. Okay, so all the announcements are here. amorelearning.org. Going back to module number 1, reading habit. Okay, as I've mentioned, pick a time of day. We suggest you do this every day because to build your habit of reading, it's hard for you to start the habit of reading at first. What you can do is to only read what you're interested with. Okay, whatever it is. If you're interested with Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, that's okay. Read about Manny Pacquiao. If you're interested about architecture, read about architecture articles. If you're interested about basketball, read about basketball. If you're a lady interested about cosmetics, makeup, read about makeup. It's up to you. For starters, okay? But since we're talking about call centers, read about call centers. I beg you, read about call centers. Because that's the only way to really know about the industry. Know everything about you can about the industry. So if you're serious about hiring or getting hired in a call center, read about call centers. Okay? If you're starting out and if you're bored about learning about call centers, you could read about anything. Cookbooks, again, boxing, or anything. Clothes, if you like clothes. If you like fashion, read about fashion, just to start out the habit. But again, I would like to reiterate that you need to read about call centers, okay? Because that's the industry we're trying to penetrate. The point is for you to start reading. Okay, so let's move on. Read aloud. Already mentioned that earlier. Read aloud. Just like what I'm doing right now, I'm reading aloud to you. Reading aloud accomplishes three things. What? First one, it creates confidence. Okay? Number two, you can practice the way you pronounce English words. As you can see, my accent has been neutralized already. I have worked for a call center for like 14 years. After that, I worked for another industry. Right now, I am a course creator and then a coach for people who would like to work for a call center. And I also develop a lot of other courses aside from online call center training. That's why my accent has already been neutralized. But if I try to relieve or I can't find the words. If I try to twist my accent again and try to talk to English speaking people, this accent would probably revert to how it was 5 years ago or 4 years ago. What else? You can personally check the tone of your voice. Proper tone is very important when you speak with Americans or English speakers. So, what are you waiting for? Start reading aloud to improve the way you speak or say English words. Okay? So, read aloud. Imitate English speakers. Okay. While reading aloud, try imitating the way Americans say the words. Okay, let's try to do that. While reading aloud, try to imitate the way Americans say the words. It's really hard for me because it's been 5 years since I was able to speak to an American. Actually, Australian, because the account that I was with 5 years ago was an Australian account. So it's a bit hard, but eventually it would come back to me probably. One of these days probably it will come back. But the idea is for you guys to learn how to speak spontaneously, okay? So listen closely to how they say the words, okay? And then emulate or copy the way they pronounce the words. This way you can develop a good tone and you will learn how to speak English clearly and faster. Okay, so one tip is for you to watch English or American movies. That's one tip. Nowadays, it's really easy. There are a lot of videos, there are a lot of blogs, but when I wrote the book, Now Hiring Call Center Agents, uh, the, well, there were already internet shows, but there were a few podcasts. Now you could actually just turn on a podcast and listen to English speakers, how they pronounce the words, and that's it. You could learn from them. What else? Read in front of the mirror. Okay? Read in front of the mirror. So it is. Newscasters practice in front of the mirror while they were training. So, like TV newscasters, you should try to read in front of the mirror while glancing at yourself once in a while. This way, you could see your mouth movement and you'll be able to adjust if you need to open your mouth wider or stress on certain points of what you're reading. If you do this, you will definitely sound better and you'll be able to enunciate the words a lot better. Try it, it works. Okay. So read in front of the mirror. How do you do that? Get a mirror, get a newspaper, get a book, or right now you could nowadays you could just use your cell phone, get an article, and then glance at the mirror once in a while reading the article. Try to do that. Schedule reading, I already mentioned that earlier, but I'll try to read this for you. Set a specific time every day for reading. You could choose again 1:30, 9:30 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever is most convenient for you. Okay, make it a point to stick to your reading schedule. It may be just 15 minutes or 10 minutes a day, just stick to it. If you want to schedule your reading at 8 in the morning or at 10 in the evening, stick to it no matter what happens. So every day, stick to your reading schedule. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to learn. Just stick to your schedule. Next, short reading. It's better to read a few minutes every day instead of reading long hours once a week. Reading 4 hours once a week is good, but reading for 15 minutes every day or 10 minutes every day is better, even better, because it builds up the strength of your voice, your familiarity with the words, and your confidence. So that's why we're trying to inculcate That's a very academic word. Just we're trying to instill in you. That's the word. The habit of reading. Okay, in order for you to, well, imbibe. Another word for that is to incorporate the habit of reading in your daily life. That's the only way to learn. That's why we always start with module one, reading. Read, read, read. Right now, once you have the habit, you can start reading more, and you will find yourself reading a lot more when you read every day, because you'll be interested with the topic. Say for example, BPOs, call centers, inbound calls, how to work for a call center. Just read anything that you can get your hands on about call centers, about the BPO. And then again, later on, you'll get to be interested with the topic, and then you'll be reading a lot longer. Once you are comfortable with your reading schedule, you should or you should start reading a lot more, because the more you practice reading aloud, the more you will improve the way you pronounce the words, and you will also improve your comprehension. Important tip: some call centers would require you to read a few paragraphs regarding a product or service, and then would ask you to explain your answer, explain your answer. So answer a few questions based on what you've read. So that's their way of finding out if you can comprehend what you've just read, or if you can understand what's written on the paper on their website. So tips would be: read carefully, read slowly. If you can take notes, take notes. Find out the key information on what you've read. Okay, and try to digest what you've read, and think of possible questions that they may ask you, because they would usually ask you a few questions after you've read something in their assessments. Think of possible answers while you're reading it. Try to think of possible answers. If there is no time res- uh, time restraint, or there's no time limit, try to reread it twice, three times, four times. Unless they tell you to stop, don't stop reading, and don't stop trying to learn the material that they will show you, that they will let you read. A lot of call centers would ask you to read it for like a phrase or a paragraph or a short story for like 10, 20 minutes. But unless they ask you to move on to the next test, just keep on reading the paragraph, because sometimes some recruiters would ask you to tell them about the story. And if you do not really understand the story, well, that's gonna be a minus point for you. So take your time. Don't hurry. Don't hurry. Don't be in a hurry to finish what you're reading. Just take your time. Again, if you still have time, reread the material in order for you to fully grasp what was written. The purpose of this kind of assessment or test is for the recruitment department to assess your comprehension. So practice reading. That's why we're trying to um, inculcate in you the habit of reading, because it will help you out with the tests, with the assessments. Okay. And this is the last part of module one. Okay. I suggest you reread the module. Try reading along with the recording. Please leave a comment. Most people don't leave a comment in the module. So we suggest you read it again on your own and leave a comment. Why? Because you will be forced to think, You will be forced to understand what you've read in this module, and you will be forced to write. I guess module number 3 is about writing. We'll go on to that later on. But for now, I suggest that you put in a comment. Okay? If you want to donate, donate. But if you don't want to, that's okay. Okay? So, here. We have a comment here. I already did this 7 days ago. So, just to give you an idea what to do. Okay, read for how long? I've read for 15 minutes. Try to complete the sentence. I guess what I did here was just 15 minutes. Try to write, I've read for 15 minutes today. Something like that. What did you read? I read about Manny Pacquiao. I read about COVID-19. I read about sports cars. I read about makeup. I read about fashion. Whatever it is that you read, it's better if you write down or if you've read about call centers. So write it down here. What topics did you read? In my case, that's module 1. What time did you read? 2 p.m. So just put it there. Okay? So that is module number 1. But we're not yet done. I'll go on to exercise. On to exercise 1. Just so to show you. After module 1, go on to exercise 1. Okay? But before you do that, make sure to leave a comment. Not just any other comment, not just a small comment. Put in a sentence. Okay, so that's a better way to do it. So exercise 1. Exercise 1. Let's wait for it. Peter's a bit slow. By the way, if you have questions, put it in the comment section as well. We'll try to answer them once we see it. And if you're done with all the exercises in all the modules, put in a comment as well so that we could upload the next lesson. Because we have a lot of lessons that we haven't uploaded yet. Why? Because people don't put comments. What's the use of putting up the modules, the free modules, if people are not really commenting and not doing their thing? The only commitment that we want from you, by the way, this is all free. The only commitment that we want from you is for you to do the exercises, do the comments, so that we'll put up the next lesson. Unless you finish the lessons, we won't put up any new lessons for you. Since the last lesson, there were no new comments, so we haven't really put up the new lessons. So if any one of you here is going to finish the lessons, put up comments. It only takes one learner or one trainee to do it. Okay, if one trainee does it and goes on to the next lesson, to the last lesson on these modules, we'll put up the new lessons. But unless no one does that, we won't put up the new lessons. There's no point of doing it. Okay, so but we'll do exercise 1 for now. Exercise 1. So click on this one here. Please play the MP3 and read along. Okay, so you could do it on your own. Okay, we suggest you do this once a day. Okay. Again, if you think what we're doing is nice or what you're doing is helping you out, probably help us out. Click on this one here, donate here, and you could donate $1, $2, whatever you want. If you don't want to donate, that's okay. That's okay as well. So exercise. Once you're done with the exercise, in your own words, of course in English, please explain the meaning of customer service on the comment box. Again, do not proceed to the next lesson if you're not done with the exercise. Okay? Do not proceed to the next lesson if you're not done with the exercise. So, sir, there you go. Zero comment. Why? Because don't people do not take it seriously. So if you only take this seriously, you will learn. And if you want help, just put on your comments here, write down your comments here, and we at amorelearning.org will help you out. Okay, so I guess that's it. If you have any questions, put it on the comment box. If you learn anything, put it on the comment box. Thank you so much, and watch out for the next lesson. We'll post it on Facebook, we'll post it on the website, and let us know if you have any questions, if you have anything that you have in mind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Just watch out for the next lesson. Princess, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope you go on and read along with the module. After day one, go on to exercise one. Again, if you have any questions, you could always chat us. By the way, before we leave, just for added information, go on to the website and then go on Facebook. I guess we have a Facebook chat group. I'm not sure if you already on the page. I mean on the group. Are you already member of the chat group?
Not yet. Yet.
I'll post it here. Okay, I'll post it here. Hold on.
Yes.
On the community page. Just go on amorelearning.org. Join the community. Okay. And then on the community page, I'll post it here. I'll post it today so that everyone can go on to the chat group uh, so that you can ask questions there. By the way, you could also, I'm not sure if you could leave information here. There, you could leave information here as well. What do you think? I'll post here and leave your information here if you have any questions. Also, we have an email address. The email address is amorelearning.org@gmail.com. That's another way of reaching us. And also another way of reaching us is here. What do you think? Click on this. And then I believe you could leave a comment here. Post a comment. So those are the ways that you can contact us. I know a lot of people are not reaching out. Either they're shy, they don't know what to do. They think this is like a joke or something. But we're trying to help out people, and we've helped out a lot of people throughout the years. And so we're just trying to redo this all over again so that people are informed. And by the way, this is recorded, and you can get this information on the site as well. Just remember to go on to amorelearning.org and then go on to courses and then register here. If you're already registered, you could go immediately to the courses. I guess that's it. If you have any questions, let me know right now. This is the part where you can ask questions. Go ahead.
Sir, about sa mga modules po, may oras po ba yun na kailangan, di ba kumari 1:30 ngayon? Or anytime naman po?
Anytime. Actually, it's self-paced. The meaning of self-paced is that you can do it on your own time. See, if it's 1:30, I just am fond of saying 1:30 because it's the usual time I go online to record modules. But it could be 9 a.m., whatever time you prefer, whatever time it's convenient for you. Say, for example, you have work in the morning up until probably nighttime, 6 p.m. You go home and then you go online at around 7:30. We do it at 7:30. If you want to study at around 8, you do it at 8. It's a scheduled time. Why schedule time? We would like you to have a time, say for example, 8 p.m. So at 8 p.m. you have you have an urge to study. It's important to do that. Um, in school, we usually go to school at around 7 a.m., right? Remember your early remember the time when you were going to school. You go to school around 7 a.m. That usually ends at around 12, right? During elementary, right? So the reason why we're trying to instill in you a time frame is for you to have a habit of studying at a particular time. Did that answer your question? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Sir, how about my friends?
What?
Pwede
What?
ko ba silang ma-invite?
Your friends, of course. Yes, of course. This is free for everyone. Just go on amorelearning.org. Here, this is the website. amorelearning.org. Yes. This is for free. Everybody's welcome.
Screenshot lang po.
You can screenshot.
Okay po. Yes.
amorelearning.org. That's the if you forget, just go on to amorelearning.org. If you lose your access, just go on there. Everyone is welcome. Even people from other countries, they're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
We're just you're welcome. We're just rebooting this. Again, this has been happening for 5, 6, 7 years already. We're just rebooting this because of the pandemic. Actually, we were supposed to do this last year, but we were a bit busy with other projects. So it's time to reboot this because a lot of people are now online and everybody's online. The only people who are not online are people who don't have internet access and probably people who do not have a mobile phone, a tablet, or a computer. But since everyone is online already, this is free. You can tell all your friends, and they could. What we are asking you only is this: study on your own time, study in your own pace. That means even if you're really slow, even if you're a really slow learner, that's okay. Just follow the instructions. And what are the instructions? Here, let me just make it bigger for you. Okay? What are the instructions? Hold on. Read and then leave a comment. And if you can donate, donate. But if you cannot, that's okay. Okay? And follow the exercise. Because everything is here. It's been here for a few years now. We're just wondering why people are not using it. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this live webinars and live lessons is for people to actually learn and try to just follow what I'm doing. Okay, so in your own words, but in English. Don't use your own dialect. Don't use Tagalog. Don't use Filipino. We love Filipino. We love talking in Tagalog. We love talking in Filipino. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But in this case, you need to start writing in English, speaking in English, even if you're having a hard time speaking in English. So I suggest you to start doing it and tell all your friends about it. And one more thing, if you cannot donate, if you don't want to donate, your donation would be sharing this on where? Where do you share it? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yep, you share it on Facebook. You share your lessons on Facebook. Why? Why share it on Facebook? So that a lot more people can learn. This is for free. This is for you. This is for people who would like to learn. Why? Because there are a lot of jobs out there. You know what? Americans and other countries love the Philippines for the kind of job that we do and for the kind of English that we speak. Because they can understand us. I don't want to talk about other nationalities, but Filipino English is a lot easier to understand than other nationalities. I will not be mentioning other nationalities, but Filipinos, they speak clear English. Although right now I have an accent, it's Filipino accent. That's not a problem. They can understand that. But eventually, as you talk to English speaking people, Americans, Australians, British people, your accent will mimic their accent. Mimic as in copy. You'll be able to copy their accent. I tell you, after working for a call center that was like 2003, 2004, after working for at least 3 months, my accent was changed. It actually changed to a Texan accent because I used to serve at Texas Utilities, TXU. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that. If they don't want me to say that here, I could actually delete it. But I used to work for that call center, and my accent was totally different. It was fake, yes, but it mimicked the Texan American accent. So don't worry if you cannot speak English right now. We will work on that. The only thing you need to do is to attend the lessons that we are giving away for free, and what are we asking from you? Your commitment. Your commitment to do your part. What is your part? You read, you do the exercises, you tell all your friends, you post what you've learned on Facebook, you share it publicly. Because some people share it privately. Share it publicly. That's it. If you don't want to donate. But if you want to donate, you can do so as well. But we suggest you do that later on if you already have a job. It's no use donating if you don't have a job, right? So, what we're asking from you right now is your commitment, your time, probably 15 minutes, 30 minutes every day. Do it every day, okay? So, if you want more exercises, let me know. Reading exercises, speaking exercises. So we could put up all the exercises. We could add more exercises on the modules. That's it. Any other questions?
None so far, sir.
Okay, that's it. That's it. You're trying to speak in English, and I guess will be able to talk online like this later on. Probably a few weeks later, a few months later. I'm hoping a few weeks later, and so we could guide you because there are a lot of call center hiring. No, every day you could see hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs available online, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on PhilJobNet, on JobStreet, and other websites. So take the opportunity. This is your time while you're staying at home. By the way, are you working?
No, sir.
You're just staying at home, right? Are you a student?
No, sir. I have a small business online.
You have a
I
Okay, that's good. You have an online business. You could also use what you are learning here on your business. So we'll talk about that later on. But just watch out for the text message. Watch out for the announcements on Facebook and on our website. I guess that's it. Thank you so much.
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye. I'll talk to you later on the next module, on the next lessons. Bye bye. I'll be hanging up now.